little No Fence Riders. It's brought to us by Prize Picks. Every day we make decisions, including on No Fence Riders, but on Prize Picks, it actually pays to be right. Don't miss the excitement of this football season with Prize Picks. Playing Prize Picks is a fun, simple way to add more excitement of football. You just pick more or less on player projections, and if you're right, you get your money immediately. Download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is LOCKEDONNFL for $50 in lineups after you play your first 5. Prize Picks, it's good to be right. All right, guys, time for No Fence Riders, Jets-Browns editions. We had one question that was lopsided. The other ones are almost all dead even splits.
Ooh, okay.
So let's get to it. The first one is, it's sad to ask, 200 is the number we're settling at. Will Dillon Gabriel throw for 200 yards this week coming off the bye? A dead even 4-4 split. 3 of the 4 of us here are on one side, which means 1 of the 4 on the show today is a lone survivor. And that lone survivor today is Earl the Pearl, who's joined by Bull, Jay, and Dustin saying Dillon will not reach the 200-yard mark. Tyvis, G, Jason, and myself do believe 200's in play.
This is how far we done came, Earl.
Yo, I'm so glad to be out here because you know how many times I done sat upstairs the last 2 or 3 weeks and hear y'all talk about how the Browns that broke me every time y'all see my No Fence Riders. I'm finally out here to defend my damn self. That's what it is.
Well,
so the first one, like, I don't think it's going to happen for a couple reasons, man. Maybe I'm a bit pessimistic when it still comes to the situation with the Browns offense, but I got to see Dillon throw the ball more than 4 or 5 yards down the field to believe that it can get accumulated to that number. I got to see the Browns have an efficient drive outside of the first scripted drive to see that be the case. But we talk about Tommy Rees taking over as the play caller, and I heard 2 things yesterday that kind of really like gave me cause for pause. One was from Daryl Ryder. Everybody know Daryl. Shout out to Daryl. He said part of Tommy Rees becoming a play caller is not just about the growth and development of the players, but it's about the growth and development of Tommy Rees. He's green to this. This is new to him. I don't care how up and coming or how much he's looked at as this offensive wizard. He's still doing this for the first time. And then to hear Wyatt Teller say, well, it ain't going to be too much that's going to look different. The plays are the plays. The play calls going to be the play calls. And so if all of this is just for some spark, some emotional sparks only take you but so far. You still got to go out there and execute the play. And to be honest with you, like, yeah, they traded Sauce Gardner. It ain't like Sauce was having that much of an impact. Quinnen Williams is a different story, but they still got some ballers on that defensive line. And the offensive line is still what it is with the way that Dillon Gabriel plays ball. I just got to see it first. And I believe that for Tommy Rees, his first game as the play caller, I think it might be some struggles there for him. He's a rookie at this, just like we got a rookie quarterback. Rookie play caller, rookie quarterback, it's a bad recipe to me.
I just think that with the trade of Sauce, I think that going into this offseason, the number one storyline outside of them making the trade or being buyers at the trade deadline, whatever the case may be, I think the number one thing was Jerry Jeudy not getting that many targets. Mm-hmm. And everybody talking about how Jerry Jeudy has to be involved in this offense. I think without Sauce there, they're going to find a way. They're going to make it their business to get Jerry Jeudy the ball. And I think Dillon's going to get over. I ain't saying he get like 280 or something. Like he going to get like 202.
He said he going to barely make it.
Dang, that was a very good argument, Earl. Because as I hear you say that, I'm sitting here thinking about it, that as a head coach, you put Tommy Rees in a bad situation, just like you put Ken Dorsey in a bad situation. If you want to, this has always been my problem with head coaches that are offensive coordinators. When it don't work, you fire the offensive coordinator, but you know that's your offense. So now there's 2 years in a row, it ain't working, let me pivot, give it to you in the middle of the season. He has no input on the development of what the playbook is. We heard all offseason, Kev want to run what Kev want to run. Kev want to do this. And now you got the opportunity, and when it get tough, Kev tucked his tail and say, here you go, Tommy. Let's see if you can come up with a spark. No, if you wanted a spark, you should have let that man do what his job was, which is offensive coordinate from Jump Street and give him an opportunity. But it seems like maybe the backup quarterback ain't the only person that didn't get no reps. Maybe Tommy Rees wasn't getting no reps. You got a problem with reps, my man. You like at some point, when are you gonna prepare anybody? Who's prepared? Like, are you gonna let somebody know? So I agree with you, Earl. Like, it's kind of unfair to Tommy Rees for us to look at him and be like, oh, now it's gonna be all great. It's gravy. Nah, man. Like, he.
Let me ask both of y'all this: if Kevin Stefanski didn't give up play calling, would y'all have said yes to that question?
Yes.
You still would have said yes?
Yep.
Okay.
That he was gonna throw for more than 2?
Yeah.
No. I think he's gonna throw for more yards because Tommy Rees is gonna actually dial up 1 or 2 plays that put him over the
Well,
top.
in order for that to happen, Tommy Rees got to get creative with the run game. You got to establish the run first. If you don't get Quinnen Judkins going, you ain't finna throw for nothing. Because everybody
Agreed.
gonna play the Browns the way that they've been playing the Browns for all season.
Agreed.
They did trade their all-pro tackle, and they did bench their starting Mike.
Agreed. Listen, McNuggets, I mean, Earl is cooking. He came from the perch with receipts. I like that. My good man. I ain't got a problem. He's absolved of his no.
So you still saying that? You still saying yes or no?
Are you switching?
I want to switch. I'm going to tie this. It's going to be 201.
Yeah.
201 and a half.
I have one of those coming up in a bit. Let's get to the next one, guys. Will the Tommy Rees called offense look significantly, and the key word here was significantly, different than a Kevin Stefanski called offense? This was the one lopsided answer we had in the entire No Fence Riders segment. There is someone who does think it'll look quite different. You want to guess who it is?
Dustin. No.
Bull.
Jason.
Let's show him, Steve. The one person who believes it'll be significantly different is the Florida boy himself, Jay Crawford, who, by the way, he's not quit. He's just in vacation in Florida playing baseball right now. So Jay's back next week. Same with Bull.
You know what kind of PTO package you got to have to go play intramurals?
Jay
like
has,
during the middle of the
Jay
season?
has the mega PTO package.
You know what kind of PTO you got to be like, yeah.
What you doing? Nothing? Baseball in Florida?
I'm touring
in November?
I'm touring all the McDonald's in the South. I'm going to find. I'm like, what? You just going to see them?
The intramurals package.
So we all agree it may look a little different, but none of us expect significant differences on Sunday. Gee, I know we kind of talked about this earlier in the week, but where do you see the biggest difference potentially being?
I think he has something to do with the scripted plays because they all collaborate and say, what do you like, and come up with these scripted. But the difference maybe is your flow. Like, it's like, this is what I be getting. Calling plays is like freestyling. You could be a great rapper. You can have the biggest notepad and crazy lyrics and double entendres, but when they put you on Hot 97 and say go, you the dude that got your phone out just reading bars off the phone. No. Calling plays is like a flow. It's a pattern. Don't be reading bars off your phone. So Josh McDaniels did it perfectly. Josh McDaniels was setting you up to set him up to set you up to set himself back up again. They was running plays. Oh, you like that? I'm going to come back in the next series with a reverse. Oh, you like that? I'm coming back with something else because your defensive ends is running upfield. I'm coming back with the screen game.
Hey, hands up. You acted like you the type that you would have hated on Nick Cannon in Drumline because he couldn't read music.
Oh, yeah. You got
He would have.
Come on. That's done. One band, one sound, Nick. You don't know how to read no sheet music.
You a hater.
The problem what I got with Kevin Stefanski is there was no rhyme or reason in his flow pattern. There's none. He just runs these plays. Like, you think about this. I'll be wanting to ask everybody that come, and I asked you about Stefanski. I said, do you realize that he ran a flea flicker, tight end screen? They actually handed the ball to Quinnen Judkins. He turned around and threw it back to the quarterback. And then the quarterback threw it in the ground. Because the Patriots was looking at him like, I know you didn't try that.
Man, I remember back in the day, like when the offense used to really be creative. I remember we was down in Dallas, and it was one of those situations. Wow. Nick Chubb get the ball, flip it to Jarvis. Jarvis come around, hit Odell in the back of the end zone. Right. That was the height of the creativity from Kevin Stefanski's offense. It seemed like it's been downhill from there.
Reverse to the Odell Beckham Jr. when he tiptoed down the sideline.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was
the run plays, the mix. You mentioned something. The lack of creativity in the blocking schemes, like crackbacks, different things like that. It's just not existing.
You can't do that no more.
I mean, I see them boys. They be sneaking and cheating doing it.
Can't.
They don't hit them. They just run up to them side and put their legs against their legs.
It's like you got to sit like a basketball pick. I don't think
you got to be like this. But I do think the reason I will get back to it is I think Tommy Rees is he got just like McNuggets is a producer. He got 75 topics in his back pocket. On deck, I'm gonna set this up for Christmas 2027. It's gonna be fire. The same.
No, that's for real.
For real.
No, that's for real.
That's for real.
I layer topics like you should layer play calls.
See, so Tommy Rees has been sitting on 3 plays, 3 bangers, 3 mixtapes. He got Get Rich or Die Trying, the first album. He got 3 plays that's gonna get him some yards.
Gangsta Grills.
But that ain't gonna change.
He got EA Sports Center.
That is not gonna change
Trapper
the other different things on his roster about the talent and Dillon Gabriel not being very good.
He got no ceilings too.
Thoughts?
No ceilings.
I look at it like, first of all, I said no, it's not gonna look that different. I just want to make sure that I say that. But I do think at some point, like, you can't change like everything. Like, you just can't. Like, the season is what it is. I agree with you on the flow of the game because it is a bunch of times where I'm like, what are we setting up? And I feel like Kevin doesn't do a great job of that. Or if he is setting something up, whatever he's setting up just don't work. So I agree. But my thing is, I don't know how much of this is Tommy, like how much is Kevin falling back. That's the part I don't know, and that's why even when Ken Dorsey first game calling, we looked at it and said it still looked like Kevin's offense. It wasn't until like weeks later where they was like, we just gonna run 7-on-7.
Right.
Daniel Oyefusi asked Kevin yesterday about how much latitude does Tommy Rees has in this calling plays in this offense. And of course, Kevin being Kevin, he kind of like talked around the question, but he said something along the lines of, well, you know, when you first time doing this, there's a handful of plays that's pretty much there, and you know, I'll be involved. Of course, I've assisted with it. So I don't know how much delegation Kevin is going to do because it's this being the actual first game, but it'd be interesting to see. But I'm like Tyvus, I answered no. So.
Yeah, I'm a no guy too. So I was just, we just had to get in depth of why it was a no. But yeah, I think it'll look marginally different, a couple plays here or there. But overall, the playbook is playbook. Your scheme
is your scheme. Your concept is your concept at this point.
You can't just switch it in the middle of the season.
Right.
Like, it's just not gonna happen.
All right, next one. We mentioned Myles Garrett earlier. This question is pretty basic. He had 5 sacks against the Patriots. Will he record multiple? So 2 or more against the Jets. This was another dead even split. And one of us is on an island by themselves again. So, Tyvus, you're by yourself today, man. You said no. Jay said no. Jason said no. Dustin said no. The 3 of us who are here, plus Bull, are on the smart side of history. Ty, try and defend your terrible take. Myles is getting
What's going on here, man?
Yeah.
What's going on here, bro?
What's happening?
They're going to get rid of the ball. That's what I think is going to happen.
Justin Fields does not get rid of the ball.
He will.
That's his fatal
he
flaw.
will dump it off to Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson.
Do you dream?
First of all, listen. Wait, hold on.
He closes out when he said.
Wait a minute.
First of all.
Let's put ourselves in the shoes of a quarterback. Okay. Especially a Justin Fields quarterback. Mm-hmm. The last time you faced him, you got sacked how many times?
4.5.
You think I'm about to run towards him? From PTSD, we watch Dillon Gabriel do it all the time. For PTSD, I'm going to the right every time. I'm not going to the left. That man not about to sack me.
How you know he's just going to be on the left? What if Jim Schwartz get
I'm IDing him. Where's 95? What are you talking about? I'm avoiding that at all costs.
It sounds good.
Listen, 95 is like
you
Jason.
sack me for the Drake May. The next time the Browns play the Patriots, Drake May going to be where it's 95.
He's going to find you.
Okay.
95.
I don't think he's gonna get 2 sacks. He gonna run them into somebody that's gonna get 2 sacks.
Do you know he can mess around and get 2 sacks just on some people just bewildered? Like, he might just turn around. You ever see your dog, you had a dog be chasing his tail and just sit down real quick? He might just spin around in the pocket and just fall. Like, Myles Garrett get them type of sacks.
Ain't nobody can see defeat like that. Not when you rolling.
I mean,
And then Will Campbell is going to have a great NFL career.
Not today.
And he was a top 5 or 6 pick.
He was a rookie.
Yeah, but still.
You know what the Jets' right tackle is?
Who's their
A
left
rookie?
tackle? Who's their
it's
left?
a wrap. He might get 5 more.
Who's the left tackle?
Mamboud, who is the 7th pick, is their right tackle. Their left tackle is Olu Fashanu, who was a first-round pick.
Oh, that's dude from
last year.
Penn State.
Correct.
That dude like 6'8".
Yeah, his name should be which way did he go?
Okay.
Because that's what he. Which way did he go?
Listen,
Which way did he go, Jordan?
I hope Myles does. I don't think he will.
I think Myles.
Tyvis, could I change your answer if I told you the Jets have taken the second most sacks in the league as a team? They've taken 31 sacks in 8 games.
No.
I don't. Tyvis, I don't know where this came from.
He's standing on it.
He's standing on it.
He's standing on
They
it.
will get sacks. I just don't think it'll be him.
Typak Shakur ain't changing.
Ty Fox.
Now I tell you what,
That's
say
crazy.
this because if Myles Garrett don't get multiple sacks, I want y'all to replay this and say,
Watch Myles have 5.5 sacks. He break his old record. Myles Garrett might break against these teams coming up. Myles Garrett actually might break.
If the Browns gonna win this game, he better.
Here it is.
He had 5 and they got blowed out. So
How many you got him for, Earl? So we can tell him on the post game. I got him for 3.
Me too.
I got him for 3.
3 of them things.
I got him
Squad,
for
go
3.
3.5. I want up you 3.5.
You
1.
cheater. You just price is right.
I go 4.
$1.
I'm going 4.
Well, I was going to say 3 too, so.
I'm going 4.
1.
All right,
All
man.
right. All right, next one. Will Quinnen Judkins have the most all-purpose yards of any skill position player in this game? So any Jets player, any Browns player, combination of receiving and rushing yards. Will Judkins have the most? Another dead even split. Myself, G, Bull, and Jay said, yeah, Quinn's healthy. Of course he will. Earl, Ty, Dustin, Jason said, not so fast.
44.
Now what? Who's gonna have the most yards?
44.
You got Fannin. Who you got? Who you got having the most yards? Because that's
For
integral.
the Browns?
That's integral.
For the
For
Browns?
anybody.
Alan Lazard, if I'm being all the way real. If I'm being all the way real, Alan Lazard, man, for everything we just talked about, man, like the lack of faith that I have in the Cleveland Browns offense to be able to execute the play is very, very low. And then when you look at what the what the New York Jets did on offense last week, they put up 39 points. You look at how the Cleveland Browns defense is set up. I just think whomever, it is for the Jets is going to find a way to highlight the few weaknesses that we have. And Alan Lazard is going to find himself as the person that's forgot about, right? You got Garrett Wilson you got to worry about. You got Breece Hall you got to worry about.
Yeah.
Mason Taylor at tight end is somebody that you're going to have to worry about. They going to find the weakest link in the Browns defense. They're going to put Alan Lazard. Alan Lazard is what, 6'4", Mike 6'5", something like that?
Lazard's big, yeah.
Yeah, I just think he's going to be able to exploit whatever weakness that the Cleveland Browns have. It sounds crazy to most people. That's what I think, though.
Alan Lazard showed up in your dreams, bro. If he have a crazy game, I need you to do all my parlays.
Because it's just it just seems like it's just always that no-name gangster that seem they kind of get their money off against the Browns.
Only reason I got a because I think the only way that the Cleveland Browns can stay in this football game or have a chance to win is they better spam Quinnen Judkins. And when I mean spam him, they need to get him the ball out of the backfield so that they either dump offs or something and hope he can make a guy miss a tackle or break a tackle and get some yardage downfield. Other than that, I just don't have any faith. Like, we wanted to see Dillon Gabriel throw the ball deep last game, and I just saw him throw a moon ball out of bounds. I seen him literally to Isaiah Bond's credit. Me and Tyvis broke it down. Isaiah Bond was open on a corner route. Was open. All he had to do, he looked at him. All he had to do was throw it. He waited, threw off his back foot, and the ball was 5 yards out of bounds. No chance to catch the ball. So for me, they asked the Dillon Gabriel about the opportunities to go downfield, and he's like, we need explosives. We're gonna try to figure it out, but. That's the only way that I feel like they're gonna be able to get yards if they get the ball to the best player on offense, and that's Quinnen Judkins. Tyvis?
I just think that, yes, Quinnen is going to be the essential piece. I just think that, one, I think they love Harold Fanning, and they love to give him the ball in different ways. And I think that Dillon Gabriel is comfortable getting him the ball. So I think that on the receiving side, he's going to lead that. And then, they like to get cute and give handoffs every now and again. So I think that he might get one of those, and it might break for a good 8 yards.
He caught himself.
Good 8 yards.
A good 8 yards.
8 yards.
So I would say all purpose, I'm going to say he going to finish the game with like 96 yards.
96?
Okay, 96
Total.
Man,
that's crazy.
I mean, 96 ain't crazy. There's a lot of games where 96 is the leading number, but
yeah. I mean, I got him.
A lot of games for the Browns, Mike, or a lot of games in the NFL.
I mean in the NFL, like if a receiver has 96 yards, that's a pretty darn good game.
Who's I think the
Fannin at 80 something's the highest for the Browns.
81 or something like that, right?
Now Judkins is running for 100, but from receiving, yes, Fannin's the top at 80 something.
That's a doggone shame. That's a doggone shame.
We got 2 more, and I want to make sure we get enough time for the uniforms. So let's get to this next one real quick. The line has changed since we made the graphic. It's now 37.5, but I'm sticking at the initial 36.5. That was what Vegas said is the over-under. In this scenario, would you take the over or the under? And you can change if you want to change with that extra point. But myself, G, Bull, and Jason said we're taking the over. Earl, Ty, Dustin, and Jay said they're taking the under. My score prediction, I'm not going to tell you who I'm picking, was 20-17. I swear to God. That 1 point changes where I lead or lean. So now technically I'm on the underside at 37.5. But I think it goes over on 36.5.
Yeah,
I don't know what in the
tough.
world make y'all think when you get 20-17, bro. If I don't care who you got, neither one of them. If the Browns ain't scoring.
But I just saw the Jets put 30-something points up. 39. They almost got 40 points.
Yeah, that went against our defense,
Cincinnati's defense is like the worst in the league.
That went against our defense.
Yes, it was. That's facts. But here's the thing. Could they get 23?
Who?
The Jets.
Sure.
You got to think about it. Pick sixes and safeties in the end zone is on the board.
You pulling for straw.
Pick sixes and safeties is on the board.
For both teams.
They on the board.
It wasn't going to happen for our offense.
So, I mean, them points can turn around. Don't act like they can't return no points on us or no kicks. That be happening too. Like, see, the points that we be thinking is regular points, it ain't gonna come from the offense. It be all kind of other things that be happening.
Vegas has been unbelievable this year. They on a heater. Give me the under.
You gonna take the under?
Facts. I'm taking the under.
Give me the under.
Because look, not only that, they moved the line up a point too. Like just because I'm pretty sure everybody is like, man, they see that 36.5 in the NFL. Man, give me the over.
They traded all their defense away.
A lot of people probably like, man, that's easy money. Give me the over. Like, no.
Defense away, and it resulted to a 1 point boost.
Yeah.
Give me the
under.
I'm
taking the under. I'm taking the under.
America, I tried. You can never say I'm a hater, bro. I tried to give y'all a point. These dudes done wipe my point down. You know what, McNuggets? Doggone it, I'm taking the under.
Hey, Mike.
Change it. I'm taking the under.
Hey, can you pull up the offensive team comparisons? I think the Browns is 15.8 points a game, right?
Give me the under.
The Jets is what, 20?
You switch to?
Well, I moved to I had 2017. I'm not telling you who I think is going to win, but at 36.5, I had the over. At 37.5, I have the under. I got it at 37.
Yeah, we gonna have to. Yeah, we switching up. We false flagging over here. Get it? We can't do it. I'm sorry. They convinced me. 15.8 points is nasty.
Combined, that's even the under.
36.8.
That's even the under.
36.8.
That's the tell you everything you need to know.
I tried. I try to be optimistic.
All right, guys. Last one. Then we're talking some uniforms to wrap up today's show. This was tough. This one was tough. We know the Browns have not been good at generating explosive plays. Do you know who else has been really bad at generating explosive plays this year? The New York Jets. They're bottom 2 in the league. This is number 32 and number 31 in the league at generating explosive plays offensively. So I'm just asking for 2. Any explosive play categorized by 25 yards or longer. That's it. I'm not talking about 50-yard bombs. Not 40, not 30, 25.
25 yards.
Well, these two offenses combined for more than 2, which means you need to get to at least 3.
If I said yes, I mean no.
Tyvis, you said no. Earl said no. Jay and Jason said no, which means G, Bull, Dustin, myself said we're going to see 3.
So do you think he's going to throw for 200? You think Dillon finna throw for 200? Like you think they finna go over on the points, And you think they want to have all these explosive plays,
This is
huh?
gonna be the best offensive game we've seen in a while.
I didn't say that the Browns was getting any explosive. It could be 3-zip, a gentleman's sweep. What are you talking about? I didn't say the Browns were gonna have no explosive. You said 3. All I need to see is 3. Justin Fields scramble for 15 yards, right? How many yards I need for explosive?
25.
25.
Let me move the goalpost. Justin Fields runs for 26 yards. Boom, there's 1.
Boom, that's one.
That's 1.
That's what.
Brees
Well,
Hall.
Myles Garrett out there too, huh?
Brees Hall.
Okay.
Missed tackle. Schlesinger ain't out there.
That's true.
27.5 yards for Brees Hall.
And Quinnen Judkins could run for 25.
Right, Quinnen Judkins, that's 1 right there.
Yeah.
Or I can imagine Garrett Wilson
Have y'all watched?
making a double move and getting some money.
Have you watched the Browns games this year?
Unfortunately, yes.
They're like lullabies.
We do a 2-minute show.
We talk about it every Sunday.
It is the most boring game
They judge.
that is on TV.
UCSS trots us out there every single Sunday for that slaughter.
At the 2-minute warning.
At the 2, so you can't even go to sleep during the game. You got to be up early, like in the fourth quarter.
Imagine working post game.
Man, so yeah, yours is worse. Yours is worse. You got to be up there, and you got to apologize too.
Yeah.
You can't even tell the truth. No, I'm just playing.
He got an
I'm just playing.
He got an OG co-host with
Yeah,
him. We gonna go through this whole 4 hours.
They're gonna run it down.
When the Jets played the Bengals, the Jets had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 explosive plays by themselves. That was the Bengals. We're just asking for 3 total.
Easy money.
Y'all
Y'all
asking for 3 total.
That's
straws, man. That's not happening.
They still got
It's
Garrett
not
Wilson.
I should have asked Mike this beforehand, but I wonder how many 25-plus yard plays have the Browns defense surrendered this year.
Can we look that up?
You know what's gonna be
I
sick?
could probably find. I have to do a little digging, but I probably could find.
You know it's gonna be sick when Garrett Wilson or Justin Fields or Brees Hall or Quinnen rush for and get a 24-yard play. Y'all gonna be like, man,
Don't you dare.
Man, see, what I'm gonna do.
They gonna be sick.
Hey, man, listen, man, this is the show of moving goalposts. I'm gonna just move the post. It was 24 counts. 24 and a half, 24.4562 exclamation point.
I believe McNuggets keeps track the track of these for the overall.
I wonder, for real?
We do the best we can. It's not perfect. We do the best we can.
Okay. All right. So McNuggets got the TI 86 and a half back there. He has the same MacBook Pro that Penny had from Inspector Gadget, which was cheating back in the day. How do you have one of those in 1985? Let's keep it moving.
Let's talk some uniforms, guys. First, a word from FanDuel.